Hello guys, and welcome back to more of AC Valhalla. We're gonna continue with the main story today. And yeah, the next region we're going to go to, or we have just started going to, is Lincolnshire. However, before we go and do that, I wanna check if the quest we had in Ravensthorpe is actually fixed. So let me go ahead and make a picture of this. It's like daily concept art, and I always want to save it. Yeah, this is a bit weird, honestly. I wonder if this is a spoiler, to be honest. Because this could be at the start of the game, where you first get to this place. However, in-game it's in much better shape when you get there. And this looks more like it's been burned down. I hope that doesn't happen. I wonder, do we have more daily concept art?
Whoa! Damn, man, look at that, look!
And hey there, I have no idea who did it because OBS doesn't... Ah, I chose it. Hey Julian, welcome dude. Alright, let's see if this quest is still bugged.
Tarbin, are you satisfied?
Yes. I cannot thank you enough, Abel. I feared the worst when I heard my old moniker, Guthban. Hadn't heard it in years. Dredges up fearful memories.
I imagine. How did you fall in with that bunch?
After my mother died, I sought family. Wilf offered it. He looked at me, took me in and told me who I was. Who I could be. I don't crave that belonging anymore. Among you lot, people accept me as I am. The greatest gift I ever got. Peace.
Many men are calm because they've never known a storm. You weathered the storm and worked through it. That is a rare thing.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, that has a very specific reason. And that's because you're the only one in chat right now. Hence, you know, basically if there's others in chat, I want to call people by their real name, or by their Twitch name, I guess. Because it's just less confusing for the ones who want to understand who I'm talking to. It's easier, you know, if I just call the names that people see in chat. I had a couple situations where people got confused by me just talking to somebody they didn't know.
It's good to be home again. That is, if I haven't robbed myself of the pleasure of calling it home.
Tarbin, in spite of all, you're welcome here. And you owe us nothing but the work you love.
Right. Payment in fresh loaves of bread. I can manage that.
But first, one scrap of your past remains.
Right. The ledger.
Toss it, and purge the past.
With pleasure.
Alright, let's get back to Lincolnshire. And then we're gonna start working on that region.
Hey! Off we go! More sail! Sing us a song. We will pick up from there.
There, I won't.
Save it for later.
Soldiers going over there.
Let's go, that Viking! Bring them down!
Okay, honestly, I think I'm gonna switch back to the hunter bow. Because this one is crap in combat. Okay. Basically I was saying when there's other people in chat, I like to call people by their Twitch name. Because it creates less confusion, like who I'm talking to. So that's the reason why I called you June just now, because you were the only one in chat. Can I climb up here?
A good horde! Let's get out of here! On a light!
Yeah, exactly. Okay, how can we open this? Maybe from below? I guess you just gotta find key wherever it is. There it is. It takes 1 minute for you to see the shed. 1 sec. I mean, I noticed earlier when you joined the sound bit that it was delayed for me as well. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Don't know what's up with that, honestly. Maybe it's just Twitch having issues right now. Maybe everybody's playing Cyberpunk. Wait, now my OBS is messing around as well. Gotta love it. Alright, that should work. Letter to Spardinga's leader. Lord, I proudly write to inform you of our success. We've taken over the village, cut down and strung up any and all who stood in our way. This is the Spardinga territory now. The men have already begun setting up the river to move the wares. We wait to hear from you. Sinwin. Yeah, got a lot of technical issues.
Back, dog! Back! enemy long.
Yeah, that's the verse, Julian. I hope work goes well, and definitely enjoy your lurk.
Layla, how are you holding up?
Not bad, actually. These anomalies feel second nature now.
Any ghosting effects? Double identity syndrome? Occipital shock signs?
Hey, you trying to freak me out? My God, just let me work.
So technically we can also go up here, right? And hey Demise, welcome dude.
Stop! Stop! Can you feel love? You're injured. Now, let me see. No! No more, please. Let me die. Here. My arm is quiet. No! This is not your end. There is a way. A piece of Eden. A staff. Attuned to this method of transfer. It may work. Or I may end up like the outcast's husband. A beating heart without a mind. But do what you must. I see no other way.
Outcast husband. I wonder if that outcast is Juno and that husband is Saita. And that voice actor of the male one is the one for Basim and Loki as well. No worries, Demise. Enjoy your food, dude.
All right. Closing in on another one.
Sorry to freak you out earlier. It's just, the Animus can be dangerous. Prolonged exposure is hard on a brain.
I know. I want to finish this.
Yes, definitely. Jump out whenever you feel worn down.
I got the data. Sending it now.
Quite interesting. I actually wonder if there's anything in modern day that we could like read up on. It's been a while since we, you know, left the Animus. We can talk to Sean.
Hello, Layla.
Sean, what do you make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it?
Can we talk about this thing on my neck for a second?
Ah, the mood stabilizer. Yes.
It's not harmful, is it? I mean, I feel good, but I want to make sure there's no side effects.
There shouldn't be. It's only blocking outside signals, a passive effect. So the staff doesn't, you know, mess with you.
Sean, what happened last year, I had no control over that. I tried to resist.
I understand. And your old team, maybe they don't. But we've seen that sort of thing before. Still, if you want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second time in 8 years, then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders.
I know. It's not a problem.
It's just a few more weeks, yeah? Just until we figure this out.
You're right. I know you're right.
Sean has gotten quite nice. Like, he doesn't really make too many sarcastic comments to Layla. But yeah, I guess, you know, makes sense that he would change after what happened in AC3.
Sean has been busy.
So I'm actually not sure if, so this thing we have read already. I'm not sure if we had this dialogue with Sean before, to be honest. What if it just repeated itself?
Sean, anything you want me searching for while I'm visiting 9th century England?
Hang on. Are you asking because I'm English?
Well, sure. I mean, you're a historian. An English historian, so I thought, yeah.
And you'd be right.
Are you always this cagey?
Almost never. I've emailed you a list of things I'd like you to investigate. The mutual intelligibility of Old Norse and Old English is a big one.
Good question. Eivor seems to be doing fine, but I'll pay more attention.
Oh, and King Alfred, the only English king to be called great. Get a good look at his face, all right? Be nice to know if his statue in Winchester is entirely accurate.
I'll lean in real close, just for you.
And this one we haven't heard yet.
You have a second?
Yeah, sure. What's on your mind?
How long ago did this precursor race die out?
Near as we can tell, about 75,000 years ago. Hard to pinpoint an exact date. Can't tell if it was a Tuesday.
That's a long time. So why won't they leave us the hell alone?
Good question. I think a blinding arrogance, coupled with a crippling fear of extinction, would drive a lot of people to desperate measures. They knew their human creations would survive the coming catastrophe. So a few of them devised ways to carry their imprint forward, hoping that, well, we might be able to resurrect them at some point in the future.
Would you resurrect one if you could?
Well, we tried once before. Didn't work out.
Right.
Now those are some really interesting dialogues here. Wonder what just happened to Layla. Like, she went backwards and really deep tone happened. Wonder if the stuff triggered something just there.
Remind me when this is over to give you access to our files from 2012. Oh, it's big picture stuff.
Let's have a look into the laptop.
Let's have a look.
We do have something new media. AA Frag 1. Right, those are the animus anomalies we have seen before. Yeah, so definitely still stand by my theory that, you know, this is basically the Isu, what happened to the Isu. And what happened to the Isu has a lot of similarities to the story of Ragnarok in Norse mythology. So the dreams that Eivor had are kind of a mythological representation of what happened to the Isu, but it's not the same. And honestly, if that's the case, then salute to the writers, because that's a really good way to implement mythology without making it canon, you know. Because that's something Odyssey didn't make right. Like, they basically said, yeah, you know, like, Greek mythology was real, and the Isu were basically the Greek gods. But the way Valhalla does it is basically Eivor's beliefs make him see it as, you know, the Norse gods. But in fact, it's just been the Isu. But yeah, we're not actually, you know, the mythological gods or anything. And welcome back to Mice. What are you having for lunch today? Yeah. Also, those guys, you know, sitting at the round table. Basically, the dreams Evo has end with everybody sitting around the round table, waiting for Valhalla. Or Ragnarok, I guess. A little sandwich and a monster. Very nice. I hope you enjoy, dude. Hey guys, thanks for sharing with me the manuscript you found. It's truly amazing. For the first time we have a key to read some inscriptions from the precursors. But wait, it gets even better. I immediately saw some suspicious similarities with ancient languages. So now that I could decipher the glyphs, I dug into our precursor archives for more sources. I had to sort through the many different types of writing we found on precursor sites to find some similar to that inscription. It's quite puzzling how many seemingly unrelated writing systems they had. Maybe the precursors were not as monolithic a civilization as we think. Anyway, after more in-depth comparative work, the conclusion is unequivocal. This language is related to ancient languages from the Indo-European family, maybe even others. In fact, given the corpus I have studied, I would say that this is probably an ancestor to them, or at least it had significant influence on them. This is truly fascinating. With that comparative work, I was able to partially understand some of the inscriptions. One above reads, "When destruction and death threaten before us, and the solar flare is reaching, to the calculator of future we run." I put my other findings in the chat folder in case they can be of use to you. Keep me posted if you find anything else. Anthony. And yeah, that's really interesting because this kind of confirms what I've been thinking before, right? Like when they said in the anomaly, the outsider's husband, then, you know, this could mean there are multiple Isu civilizations with different cultures. Would make sense, you know. And this is basically the Norse Isu folk, I guess you could say. And yeah, they, you know, also have been preparing, I guess, for the end of the world, similar to Juno and all that. I think this is really interesting what they set up here. And yeah, I think the outsider is definitely meant to be Juno, and the husband is Aita. Very interesting. Guys, you just played about an hour and a half of Cyberpunk, starting a little slow, hope it picks up. Yeah, I've seen a bit of gameplay last night. It looked quite interesting. I love how it looks like visually so far. This is the first part of a manuscript you found in Canterbury. It uses a cursive version of the alphabet that appears to be the same as the one used in the Voynich manuscript, although the handwriting is clearly different. Translation announced on this day 24,02161 ISO era. Message from the Council. For labor we cannot do ourselves, we require animals of great strength but limited sense. Freedom of action but not of thought. To guarantee full control over their behavior, they must be credulous in matters of imagination. They must be suspicious in matters of fact. They must see patterns where there are none. They must stop correlations that go against their desires. In all, they must be thought of as our instruments, not our children. They will build for us, harvest for us, toil for us, on land, in the sea, in the sky. They shall be tools to be used, not creatures to be codded. Our current father, Yad above, has given the order to start production. Our current mother, Saklas, has compiled and presented the designs. Our current voice, Samael, has gathered the required talent. Creation begins now. Is this an order sheet for humanity? I can't believe it. Where did Fuke get this? Did the order have the knowledge to read this language? Try to find out more if you can, Layla. This is big. This is really big. I informed Grandmaster Miles. I tried to transcribe pages of the Voynich manuscript, by the way, but it's still gibberish. It must use some sort of encryption that precursor boxes can decode. So yeah, I think this is really interesting because this could be about, you know, the creation of humanity. It could also be about the creation of the instruments of the first will, which is basically, they got created to a time where humans already existed, but they got programmed in a way to serve the Isu, to kind of have like an inner desire to help them as much as they can. And on both Templar and Assassin side, there have been people who did that to kind of like infiltrate both organizations to serve them. And that's how, you know, Juno eventually got resurrected. With their help. You're running it at 2K on medium settings, getting around 40 to 50 FPS. Damn, dude. That sounds damn demanding. Does it still look solid? Also interesting, these names are rather Norse as well, I reckon. So this would again confirm that there's like another Isu culture, or Isu folk, I guess. Since we haven't read these names before. If it doesn't spoil anything, Demise, then yes. But I guess it's a theory. But yeah, I guess as a theory includes something I may haven't seen yet. Yeah, I've done everything in the dreams, so you can definitely share on that. Yeah, Cyberpunk truly looks like a next gen title. So getting above 30 FPS is definitely still good, I guess. So this template was found in Kobustan, Azerbaijan. Announced on this day 6/21/94 Isu era. The workers from the construction site are reassigned to the sanitation of a lake. Effective now. I'm not sure what lake this refers to. Given the evidence found, we're pretty sure there must be a precursor vote there, and this message seems to confirm it. Unfortunately, we haven't found it yet. Maybe this will help? A vote in a lake. Interesting. This piece of ceramic was found in Jerusalem. The sun shone warmly inside, a burning sight. Now I soothe a wound in a lake of tears. An example of precursor poetry, and a pretty sad one at that. Note that the original text follows a meter of a 60 morai per verse. This plate was found in Serengeti, Tanzania. What was true is untrue, what was done is undone. It is a war, not a rebellion. All are summoned to fight. And I think this is basically them preparing for Ragnarok. Demise, you think that Eivor is Odin reborn and Tyr is Sigurd reborn? Tyr lost the same arm as Sigurd. So thinking that Eivor might lose an eye like Odin, because they took the meat and put their mind in Yggdrasil ready to be reborn. Might sound wild, but it kind of makes sense to you. Yeah, it is true that there's a lot of similarities between the fate of Odin, I guess, and the one of Sigurd and Tyr. I agree. I'm not sure though if it's, you know, exactly like that, because my theory basically was that there was a Norse Isu folk, but they weren't Odin or Thor or Loki or something like that. But basically, like, my theory is that Eivor's beliefs influenced him to see the dreams of what happened to the Isu through his believing sense, I guess, or lens. So basically, yeah, I don't know if I can explain it better, but it might be, you know, reborn, or like reborn of like Isu of the North folk. Maybe it wasn't, you know, Odin or Tyr, but somebody who had similar fates. Yeah, I think it would be interesting if Evo actually, you know, ends up losing an eye. I'm not sure, to be honest, because yeah, you know, obviously the similarities would be very similar, but it just means, you know, that there are similarities between the two stories. I think they need to do more to confirm it, but I think we're gonna get it, you know, because with Sigurd coming back home, he already talks a lot about, you know, him being of great ancestry and something like that. So I think we're gonna get an answer that's gonna be a bit more clear. But yeah, I don't think that Odin and Tyr and all these guys actually existed the way the dreams represent. I think it's really more Eivor's believing system changing the Isu story slightly. But yeah, we have to see. But, you know, the reason I think that is because if you look at these animus anomalies, you know, they are obviously looking very, very futuristic, but with this round table and, you know, people being able to see into the future, which is something that happened to the Isu, and which is also happening in the Odin story because Odin has his foresight gift. I really think, you know, that this is how it actually happened back then, and how we see it in the dreams is Eivor's believing system influencing it towards becoming the mythology. But the similarities between this and what happens in the dreams is huge. Also with, you know, the end of a word happening. You know that. Yeah, that's basically my thought process, Demise. That the dreams are his beliefs influencing Isu's story. And if that's the case, you know, then I would love the writers forever for that, because I think that's exactly how they should implement mythology. Because the way Odyssey did it, right, is like, they're literally the ancient Greek gods. But if Valhalla does it like this, then that just means that it's Eivor's beliefs. It's not actually happening the way mythology says. I think it also makes sense because some of the mythology is just completely nuts and unlogical. Because, you know, in the end, it's like what ancient people believed the gods were. And it really is, you know, based on a lot of illogical things. And in the older Assassin's Creed games, you know, the Isu were very logical folk. Like, they were highly advanced species. They were not as much ancient to me as they were, you know, futuristic, because the world kind of just repeated itself after they died. So what we see the Isu are could be what happens in the future of Assassin's Creed anyways, you know. So I definitely prefer this futuristic sci-fi representation we see in these videos here. Than, like, you know, people wearing togas and, you know, are just like literally the Greek gods. Yeah, I'm definitely interested as well. I think this game is setting a lot of interesting stuff up. So this tablet was found in Xi'an, China. 2,800 shovels for shoveling, 1,750 axes for cutting, 880 plows for plowing. Lock or hide them, I suspect theft from inside. Shovels, axes and plows, why would the precursors use such rudimentary tools given their advanced technology? Or did they keep their technology away from their human slaves? So many things we don't know about them. Yeah, that's everything here. Let's see if we can talk to X.
Feeling okay?
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The 2 data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like 2 minds, fighting over 1 brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Viking's DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Could it be the staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy. And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am. Damn. Someone won't be happy. The voices in those animus anomalies. One of them is Alethea, but the other, I just don't know.
How well do you know Alethea?
She talked to me before through the staff. Ran me through some tests, simulations, but I don't know if I passed or failed. I haven't heard anything from her for over a year.
And the anomalies, is she talking to you there?
No. These sound like overheard conversations. They don't seem to know I'm listening. Or they don't care.
I uploaded the data you found to our server. I'll have a closer listen when I have time.
Good idea. It's definitely Alethea in those anomalies. I can't make out that other voice.
I had a listen. Feels like we're hearing conversations from the Isu era.
That's unheard of.
You saw simulations of that era, didn't you?
I did, but it's hard to know what was real and what was invented. There was Isu tech mixed with Greek architecture. It felt crafted. For a purpose, like Alethea was testing me.
I'd love to see the playbacks of those simulations. Can you get them?
Not likely. I'd have to talk with my old team, and... well, that was a hard time.
Right.
Okay, this is kind of funny, because you could say this is a bit of a fourth wall break right here. You know, obviously Leda was talking about the fate of Atlantis, which got quite criticized by fans for being unauthentic to the established ISO law, you know. Basically what I have just been talking about. So when Rebecca asked if she could get back, you know, those files, like, you know, what happened there, she says it was a hard time with the old team, which is, you know, in a wider sense, it's Ubisoft Quebec making AC Odyssey, and Ubisoft Montreal, the main team, working on this one. And also in interviews before the game got launched, they, you know, made a couple comments that Quebec indeed did fuck up some of the law. And what we also talk about is, you know, how Alethea has building these simulations to test Cassandra. So basically there's now the possibility of, I mean it was there before, but of the fate of Atlantis just not being canon, really, of a representation of the Isu. I guess you could compare to the canon effect of Evo's dreams, you know, which are debatable at this point. But yeah, essentially it would just be another tyranny of King Washington, because that one is also like, what if? And nothing of it actually happens.
God, I could never get used to that.
Ah, these are like earthquakes or something. I thought it was like the stuff having influence on Layla.
If you're worried about losing power, don't be. We have enough fuel to power the generator for 3 weeks.
Right. I guess that's it. Can we take with the grave again? We can't. Currently we are in Lincolnshire, demise. We haven't started that main quest yet though. And the last thing that happened is that we brought Sigurd back home. But yeah, region-wise we have done Sussex. So everything on this side to the south we have done. I'm gonna work on Lincolnshire and then we're gonna go to Jorvik. What about you, Demise? Yeah, that's basically my plan as well. Lincolnshire, Jorvik, and then here Derbyshire. And that's the question, I guess. I guess then Gloucestershire would be next. Then Nottinghamshire. And then Winchester and Hampton. Yeah, definitely looks like we're getting towards the last half of it.
Payback time, heathen!
Your life ends now!
Yeah, dude, I'm actually surprised by how much damage those daggers do. And then they also stagger, like each hit really stuns the enemy, like they can't do much about it, except if they're like a brute. Or have a good defense like spearmen.
Sounds coming from that old church.
Definitely enjoying those daggers so far. The only thing that's a negative about them is kind of a range, and usually you don't move forward while using them. So like here, you know, you basically stand on one position. Which means if an enemy is moving away, then you have to, can't keep pressing the button, you have to kind of move with them. And take them again. But once you hit them, they're extremely powerful. And a good way to get close to an enemy is of course by the jumps attack that you have with LB. That's a good way to get close and away. It's similar to how the daggers work in Origins, which I loved. We've been using the DNX and double hand sword for a while. That's an interesting combo. I haven't done that yet, I think. I went for a double hand sword and Warhammer for a bit. How do you like that combo though? With the DNX? Ah, yeah. I was just thinking about the bearded eggs. But right, you talk about the heavy eggs, right? Yeah, that's interesting actually. With the spin attack and the range you have. It's also nice having the ability to kind of like swap weapons and their hands. And Novaris Mona. Take your time, mate.
Is someone there? I feel stronger already. Scraps and rags left for the rats.
Oh, nice demise.
Hard as stone. and the stench is ripe.
You! How dare you! Crolan's throne belongs only to the one true King of Briars.
This throne of muck and manure? I suppose that makes you the Lord of Shitsby.
How dare you insult the brave and valorous soldiers of...
Of Shitsby, yes. I know your type.
Insolent ferret! Kill this usurper!
Come here, Shitsby.
We will fight for this bloody kingdom!
I like how this is a reference to Black Flag in a way with, whoa.
You see.
Fuck's sake. Stop it.
Don't let this one escape!
To sneak speed from AC Black Flag.
Sacred throne and goes unpunished! We've got you now! Yeah! We'll fight for this one! Tooth and nail!
Fools in the thrall of an absent king. Pitiful.
The King of Shitsby. Is there like any... Yeah, there's something up there. So what's blocking it here? There's nothing blocking it, is it? Why couldn't I move it? Okay. Maybe I destroyed it while shooting through it or something? I don't know.
Yeah!
Oh.
I feel great.
Alright, so that's the first quest, right? Let's go up here to the viewpoint, make our way towards the quest. What is my current power level? Let's have a look. So 358 if I invest these 2 skill points. Yeah. The thing is also in Valhalla you level up pretty quick. No matter how high your level is. So it's just like a steady leveling progress, I guess.
A good traveler. What seek you? Perhaps I can help. Where is the matter of my fee?
All right.
Right. Let me show you something. On your map.
Yeah!
I was about to say, where did this thing go? Be my eyes, Sunan. Okay, there's the entrance, I think. Then on that moment when you want to make some money for a company and you can't book your time into the ticket system because there are currently too many simultaneous logins. That sucks, dude. Too busy today. Yes, you work for free today then. Better not. Hope you can log in soon, dude. Sun rises.
Aid me. Be my eyes.
Can't wait to get into these snowy areas. Are you in Valhalla only in Scandinavia, or is there a story in England as well, since they fought many wars in England back then? Yeah, so this is basically, this story starts in Norway, but because of reasons, you decide with your brother to make your way to England and, you know, basically build up your settlement there and your clan. So it's very much about the Viking invasion in England, and most of the game you are in England as well. So currently we are in Lincolnshire, on the east coast side of England. But yeah, we have like Kent and Sussex. We even have London as a city. But then you could also go back to Norway. And another very interesting region is Vinland, which of course is the Northern American region that the Vikings discovered. But those two are a lot smaller than England is. Yeah, it's really cool actually. I love how you have a lot of different places you can go to. I wonder we have the entire Galocleg set. Not yet, it seems. We're still missing the breaches and the bracers. We could upgrade one of our daggers though. I'm gonna wait for, I think. And hey Mola, welcome. And yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you today? I think I'm actually gonna upgrade the quiver. Yeah. So, Ireland is not something included in the main game, Danoran. However, there's gonna be a DLC. Hold on, maybe I can actually see it in the store. Can you like see what's inside the season pass? Wanna know how this DLC is called. But this, the first DLC is gonna be about a druid cult in Ireland. That's very smaller. I hope you're well today as well. Another day of work, but hell, we are getting close to a weekend. That's very true. Have you anything planned for a weekend, Mola? And yeah, I'm doing quite good. Enjoying some more Valhalla today, of course. Currently working on Lincolnshire. And hey Eric, welcome mate. And good morning citizen. poison cloud on parry, that's interesting. Chance to poison your weapon on parry. Let's go for this. This game made more Christmas stuff probably. Hopefully it's a low-key weekend. Yeah, that's definitely not a bad idea. Just relax a bit.
The guards here are vigilant.
Follow my lead.
Out of options. Focus, we have this!
Christ is surely with us.
Who wants some? Here, lead you! With me! Watch for my lead!
Yeah, the daggers are really damn powerful. If you get to it, you hit your enemy. They have a bit of a short range, I guess, but if you hit them, then it's just damage or damage. Captain Jano. My men are growing worried. They wonder if there's much of a point being here anymore. Can't say I see a fault in their thinking, but here we all remain, bound to duty. But the wheels are not turning. Lincoln is a shell of its former self. No one comes here. There are no taxes to collect. The naval chain is broken and has remained that way since God knows when. The only thing breathing life into the Shire is the bandit group who leech from it. How curious. Hobbits don't breathe life into the Shire. Why are they forgotten? Right. The Shire. Maybe we see some hobbits when Assassin's Creed is set in New Zealand. You don't die if your enemies die first. Keep your life above 1% health. It prevents you from dying. That's the OG tips.
Cast about this land, my friend.
Oh, nice. There's a drinking contest.
If they see me, this will get messy.
You got a Shire mod for Skyrim. Is it like creating a word around the Lord of the Rings Shire?
What can I tempt you with? hope to see you again soon.
I must be on my way now. Goodbye.
And hey, Spendino. It's a bunch of token stuff. Ah, that's interesting. Definitely cool how you can, you know, mod Skyrim in various ways. What a beautiful weather we have for being in England. Yeah, I mean, there's also very cloudy and rainy weather, but it's not happening as frequent, you could say. Maybe they had better weather in medieval England.
Hey! Follow me to the casks.
Don't mind if I... along.
There's no beer like no beer.
What's going on?
Hey, what nonsense is
What are you doing?
You don't have any.
Let's be knowing you. Let's keep the peace.
Chicken. Lies.
What are you
deceit.
doing?
Bring it forth.
Parchment stinking of meat. Two-might passeth at know me, Hundwhite of Lincolnshire. I am drunk and mad with a fiery sadness, for the key to my estate has been swallowed by a whale. I see no other explanation, for it has escaped my fingers and betrayed the lock that remains closed until further note. I am in a bamboo humming, waiting for a miracle. Praise be God, please help me, Lord. And yeah, doing good, Spendino. What about you? Yeah, maybe that's it, Banorn. Okay, need to destroy this. Thanks. Get off my lawn. That's a classic.
Show me.
You see, Hunwald's back, drinking and jabbering as always.
Hun who?
Hunwald, son of our alderman. Thinks himself a real wonder, slouching with the common folk.
So this is Hunwald's safe haven.
Though we be a mercenary ship today, tomorrow the kingdom of Lindsay will rise again, as free as the wind on the back of my neck.
Your line of kings died long ago, Hunwald. We're in Lincolnshire now. You need a map to remember?
Alfgar, my dear man, I do not need a map to prove what my bones know for truth.
Do you, Mona?
You look thirsty as a flaming fish. Drink faster than me, you win the purse.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bring forth your coin. Let's sweeten the pot. Bet the whole hoard, huh? We drink.
Alle here chilled bit devil as you keep.
Don't hurl into the barrel, okay? Too strong for you. You are sweating. Staggering already?
You think you can guzzle the grog? Prove it!
You believe that's the 20s, Mona?
Hunwald, who is this stranger?
Eivor, come, sit. Bread and ale, please, alewife. I have been discussing my delicate situation with Alvgar here.
Lord.
He is a nobleman like me, one of Lincolnshire's sturdy thanes.
Hunwald's idea of sturdy is a mug of ale that won't tip over.
Alvgar has pledged his loyalty to my family, the House of the Ferocious Swan. With his influence and your might, we shall rid Lincolnshire of the ruffians who plague this land, once and for all.
We're going to see your father, Hunwald. That's all.
Indeed, Eivor. With speed and purpose. You are the axle to my wheel, the spark to my tinder.
Anyone have big plans for the weekend? Not really, to be honest. I'm gonna have a very chill weekend. I can't do much either because basically my sister and I are in quarantine because she just had longer travel behind her. So we can't really go out or something. But yeah, what about you, Mona? Do you have anything planned?
Hunwald, your father's ill, and your enemies have every advantage under the sun. Do you have a plan, or have I come all this way to watch you drink this watery piss?
Of course, my friend. I am a man of action above all else, ready to leap and dance and fight.
Listen, I've come to escort you to your father's side. We go now, or I walk?
Ah, yes, to Lincoln, away, but with care. The road between here and there is teeming with brigands who wish me dead.
You daft lump of lard. A single Dane will not protect you against the whole of Mercia's army.
I think you're wrong, Alvgar. And here he'll prove it.
I'm hot for a fight, Snowdog. Give me half a chance, I'll stove your heathen face right in.
Yeah, that's true, Mona. But we're probably just gonna, you know, maybe watch a movie. I'm gonna stream. Something like that. What? I can actually say do not fuck with me? I mean, I wouldn't mind fighting him, but you know, if we don't have to, let's use our charisma instead. We have quarantine until the 20th, Mona. So will you be seeing your family for Christmas? Prepping for holiday stuff, Eric? Sounds good, dude. I hope it goes well. Not sure if your daughter and you will start our Cyberpunk playthrough or not. You watched The Mandalorian the last 2 nights. So started watching Clone Wars series again. You're still working on your prep for Doom 2016 Nightmare Attempt. Oh yeah, dude, that's gonna be really intense. I can only imagine. But yeah, Cyberpunk looks quite like an interesting game so far. I've seen a bit of gameplay last night and today. And yeah, I'm definitely intrigued a bit more into it. I got Shamola.
Have you ever seen a blood eagle, my Saxon friends?
A what?
A blood eagle. A raw, magnificent bird I'll tear from your guts. First, I crush your ribs. Then I pull out your lungs and stretch them into wings, so you can fly to your heaven as fast as possible.
Jesus fucking heathen.
Charisma.
You canny fox. That was incredible. Like watching a captain navigate the roiling waters of an angry river. I must void my bladder, Eivor. Then we shall set forth in search of adventures new.
You travel with a marked man at your side.
He's with me. He'll be fine.
If I had a scribe jot down all the occasions I'd warn that stupid boy, I'd be the most written about man in history.
Alfgar, the boorish nag of Lincolnshire. I told Hunwald to stay near. Where did he wander off to?
It's funny how people complain about Cyberpunk being too buggy. First, DCPR delayed, CD Projekt Red delayed the release X times, and everyone's like, yeah, okay, but hurry up. Now they hurried, and now everyone complains about it being still too buggy. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can understand both sides, you know. Like, CD Projekt Red kind of spread the image of we only release it when it's ready. But yeah, I guess they just got too conflicted themselves. Probably just shouldn't have set the release as early as they did in first place. But yeah, I mean, you know, if a game releases, I think having, you know, some bugs, it's not the end of the world.
Hunwald is in trouble.
And the game seems to be mostly fine, right?
Look at him, soft as unbaked bread.
Villains! Leave me be!
What?
Leave him be! Jesus! He's brought a bloody...
The window came like way too late.
I have
Gotcha baited.
my life, but I will survive. Continue as you would, Eivor, and if I should expire, avenge me.
Yeah, it's definitely a mixed batch, I guess. I can kind of understand both sides. Yeah, that's true as well, Dawn. I guess they just should have been consequential, right? They just should have stick to their vision of only release it when it's ready. But I mean, can you really blame the fans though? I mean, yeah, they have been bitching about it, but you don't have to listen to those who say release it now, right? It was their decision. Yeah, I also think it's definitely a budget decision as well.
I live! I am alive! Heaven have mercy!
Are you hurt?
Unbelievable! The Battle of Bottleston will be remembered for years to come! Alfgar! We have won our first great victory!
Humboldt, are you hurt?
Never better,
We should get to Lincoln as quickly as we can.
Yes, you're right. Let's depart. What horrible souls are hunting me? Me, the... son of a beloved elderman. Was it naive of me to believe my status as a nobleman held some sway over the churls and serfs of this shire? What cause have any to dishonor me?
Yeah, that's true as well. Like, CD Projekt Red definitely cares about the games and the fan base. But I would think that investors also could have played a role in that decision.
Of any enemies in our way?
What were you told when the guards exiled you?
Oh, scraps of nonsense. I woke to screaming. A man grabbed me, said I was an immediate danger to my father. Ha! Horse pucky. Mercian soldiers then shackled me, rode me blindfolded to the River Wash, and told me plainly, start anew elsewhere or face death in Lincolnshire.
What did they mean?
Oh, some nonsense about me praying for his death. Oh, some nonsense about me praying for his death. Hungry for his inheritance. Oh, some nonsense about me praying for his death. Hungry for his inheritance.
Speak plainly, Humboldt. I can't help you if I don't know the full story. You hold no grudge against your father?
No, never. No, I suspect the order for my exile came from on high. Perhaps one of Burgred's final orders before he was deposed.
That would surprise me. Burgred was battling Danes until the end.
Here's Lincoln. The city of my birth, the cauldron of my present sorrows.
Mercian guards everywhere. Follow me.
Right behind you, Shadow Walker. My heart beats like the drums of your dragon boat.
Wait, Dying Light 2 is still to be released in 2020? Press X to doubt. Wait, is he still there? He said he's right behind me. But he's not. Good job, mate.
This town was your home?
It was, and should still be. Oh, to see it now fills my eyes with tears.
Save weeping for prayers. We're not inside yet.
One day I won't have to skulk around this town with my face hidden. I will walk proudly among the people I love.
Come on, let's go drink.
You know where the happy juice is?
How was your father the last time you saw him?
He was quite poorly. But he has the heart of a lion and the Holy Spirit itself within him. A bout of illness would never bring him low.
Did he think highly of you?
Oh, yes, yes, indeed. The Thanes and clergy of Lincolnshire are not fond of me, but they do not yet know me well enough. Not truly.
Sorry, the ale is all gone.
Storm brewing there.
Don't go well lost. I won't either. No one leaves until the mead is flowing.
Are you feeling all
And there's
right?
and that's no beastie Christmas.
Ja, hvad synes var den Norn?
Oh, how can a place I once called home look so alien to me now? It's so harsh.
Like a rough time, like holidays or something.
I shall make you mine again.
Gives you enough liberties to not have to rush it out. Stop it. What's Summit actually doing? Like he says he's behind me. Needs to be escorted constantly. Yeah. Where did he go? There you are. If you could like stay with me, that would be appreciated, Hanward.
The people of Lincoln are not welcoming to Danes.
It's troubling, I know. Your folk are strong, hardy, noble. Creatures straight out of stories and tales.
We are also a living people, Hunwald. More than a story. We're real and flawed.
Oh yes, of this I am well aware. Blunt and stalwart, honest and true. I have a Dane lady love with all those qualities, you know.
You have a Dane lover?
I have barely enough silver to buy peat from those bandit smugglers. They hoard everything.
Hunwald! Praise God you live! I do, my dear Reaganhair. Body and soul. Tell my father his son has returned and in fighting form. It is urgent I speak with him.
I'm sorry, Lord, but your father has been taken.
Taken? When?
Weeks ago, Lord. And well ill he was when they carried him off. I wish I could say more.
Who took the Elderman? Was it soldiers or men of God?
There were men with swords, and those of the cloth. And a healer, too. One who had oft been a guest in this house.
Galwina, one of the sisters my father put great faith in. He still has friends in Lincoln. That's a good sign.
Bishop Herefrith among them. He's kept a vigil at the town hall, looking after things in your father's absence until he returns.
Will we find trouble there? At the town hall?
You mean soldiers and the like? Aye. There have been many, many more about since your father took his leave.
Right. We'll find a quiet way in if we can. Who was that fellow?
Reagan Hare? He's an old fixture of my family's household. Loyal to the end. He helps run the place, and he's known me since I was but a little lordling. A simple fellow, but worth every pinch of his salt.
Come on, I've got the good stuff.
Oh, I'll follow you then. Well, make it. Oh, thirsty.
No casks here after all.
What is it, a fight? Beer! Bring me beer, now! Ah, God speed continues. All right. Along there, you fool.
Yeah, that is the question, isn't it, Mona? Definitely a pain in the ass to open these doors with daggers. Don't really have the biggest hitbox.
Lincoln seems a good place to trade.
Does it?
The market is flush with goods.
Yes, it must be. Growing up, we never wanted for anything in my father's home. Bread, poultry, and field fruits of all manner. I suppose this is where our servants purchased them. Lincoln's boon was ours as well.
How often did you leave your house, Hunwald?
Oh, from time to time. Yes.
Beer! This way.
Yes, let's have a drink.
You have had enough, friend.
Hey, I'll not... What? Where's the beer? You are lying. What are you doing? Dirty! Back your shotgun!
Automod doesn't like your messages, Mona.
Archer, Herefrith! Tell Lord Hunbeor his son has returned!
My lord, you're well.
Lord Hunwald, you should have sent forewarning of your return to avoid the violence that dogs you. Lives might have been spared.
Why so surprised to see my return, Bishop? Was I rumored dead?
Oh, worse than dead. It is my reluctant duty to report the rumor that you were lost in the north, bedding a Dane on some squalid farm.
I've no patience for insult and rumor. We have come to speak with Lord Hunbeor, that is all.
Lord Hunbeor has gone, I'm afraid. He would not say where to, but I'm sure he will return shortly. Once the storm has passed.
What on earth do you mean by that? What storm?
Your father feared for his life, Hunwald. In his weakened state, he could not defend himself. Not against a Dane, certainly.
How dare you? Eivor is above reproach.
See this from my view, Hunwald. You arrive after a strange absence, with a hired Viking in tow, demanding to see your father. This does not, in my estimation, imply benign intentions.
If I meant to murder you, these stones would be slick with your gore already.
Such violence. Good heavens! God must have purpose for you pagans in his holy plan, but I confess to utter bafflement.
Arnold, your father was at my hospice for a time, but he left of his own accord without saying a word. That's all we know.
Come, Abbess. We should leave this young lord to his scurrying thoughts. There is nothing more of use we can say to him.
What a prick.
Take care, my boy.
Stay within these walls where you're safest.